It all started with a small SaaS company in Finland. Today, it's used in over 80 countries around the world. The journey, anything but easy. Lessons learned, key insights, hard-earned experiences. This is the founder's point of view.
Welcome to the Founder's Point of View podcast. Today, our topic is going global too early.
Sounds good. It was 2018, I guess, when we are doing videos, testimonial videos here in Finland and growing pretty well, actually. Revenue was almost 2 million euros, I guess, and everything looked good. And we had started planning going global and the first steps doing international business. And if I remember correctly, it was one of our Finnish customers or potential customer who called us and asked if we could come to the USA and film those testimonial videos there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is actually very big and a famous Finnish brand who is having a company also in the USA. The company is separated to the actual company behind the brand, but they use that brand and sell those products in the USA. Those products in the USA.
Yeah.
And the owner of that company asked me, I think in the Facebook or something.
Okay.
Because I was a friend of his brother.
Yeah.
And he was following our journey and what we have done in Finland, and he asked that is it possible to produce those testimonial videos in Minneapolis, because they don't have that kind of concept in Minneapolis, and they would like to have those high quality testimonial videos there. And if they pay our tickets, flight tickets there, it's possible to do the production. And then I remember I answered, let me check, and we had a pretty short discussion in and only that.
Are we going? Yes, we are.
Yeah, are we going? Yes, we are. And how many other cases we need to have that kind of a trip? And then we started to go through all the other Finnish businesses who is having clients in the USA also.
Exactly.
And we sold also more video products for them, projects for them. And the total number of the videos was like 20 or something. And those videos were planned to produce in maybe 7 states around the USA.
Yeah, I think so. And we had like 2 weeks or something, so pretty fast trip anyway. And we didn't have any like concrete plans related to internal going global back then, but we had been thinking about that, and it felt like a really good first step.
First pilot project.
Taste the global business and see how it is in the States.
I remember we had produced something outside of Finland, in Sweden and maybe in Estonia and in Germany, some visits and projects from Finland. And that was also one big project. We didn't mean to immediately open an office there, but it was somehow maybe the biggest impact on when we started to think about that maybe we should go to USA and go very global, because it seems that there is not a concept like we had in other countries and in other markets.
Exactly. Planning the trip was, well, it was interesting. We didn't know if we need any kind of visas or can we just go there? But I thought that because we are going to do some work, we obviously would need some kind of visas, and we applied once, got like media visa or something. It was interesting process itself. Then we were scheduling those interviews exactly in the 7 states or whatever, almost 20 interviews and so on, booking lots of internal flights and reserving rental cars and so on. And it was a team of 3 persons. Me as a founder, I've realized that back then it was actually only way for me as a person who didn't speak any English to leave the business in the United States. The only way was to found your own company and go there.
Yeah.
But luckily I had Jaakko and Venu with me. They were speaking really good English back then, and they were filming and interviewing those customers, and I was just organizing everything and making sure that they are feeling well with the trip.
Commercial break. Trustmary in 30 seconds.
Trustmary helps companies to automate the review and feedback collection and utilizing in their marketing.
We are a Finnish company, but we are already operating in 80 different countries.
Our product is especially designed for the companies doing service-oriented business coming from traditional industries.
If you need any help related to these topics, just reach us out on LinkedIn. We are happy to help.
And now back to the story.
And we filmed those videos for maybe 4 or 5 companies. And Oura Ring was the one of the companies back
true.
then. So they
had just started.
Right? Yeah, had just started in the USA, and they had some influencers in the USA who were wearing the Oura Ring, and those we supposed to interview those influencers to the videos.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was a rough trip. It didn't end very well. I remember that we had like 20 interviews, and we had done almost all of those, like 18 or something. We were traveling to our final destination, which is Las Vegas. We were driving from San Francisco Centrum to airport, and we did a quick stop under the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a toilet break, lasted like 1 minute or 30 seconds or something, and we got dropped.
Yeah.
We came back, and all we see was all broken glasses, and everything has been taken away from the car, and we lost everything.
All the cameras, computers, passports,
exactly, visas, memory cards, hard drives,
yes.
everything. And yeah, because of the lack of the internet connections there, we didn't do any backups on the cloud. So we basically lost all the materials. Yeah.
And I remember when you called me and Arttu, I was visiting the other co-founder Arttu in Vantaa here in Finland. We were staying late, so we were up when you called us and told that you have been robbed and you have lost everything. You are now there with the police and trying to solve out the things, but it seems that we are not going to get anything back, and the police has said that you were lucky that you are alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And so lately there had been a lot of these kind of camera crew robbing things.
Yeah.
Is that true? How did it went? So did he say that there has been a lot of these kind of
Yeah, like gunshot robberies back then. So yeah, we were lucky to stay alive. The whole situation, it felt unreal. The total cost for the company was like, I don't know, 50 to 60,000 euros
Yeah.
because of all the materials. We had to film those again,
Yeah.
and also all the camera equipment and so on. So it costed a lot. And of course, it was like mentally hard thing to be there without anything.
Yeah.
Without, like all we had was our credit cards, luckily, and our phones.
Mm.
But everything else got robbed. And yeah, super unreal situation. You started organizing everything from Finland, like calling to customers and
Yeah, and we closed those computers and lab iPads you had. That it
Yeah.
was not impossible to go in. We reset those
yeah,
remotely
yeah,
and things like that.
yeah.
And then we started to go through the customers and the interviewers also because
Yeah, that's
we
true.
needed to tell also to the interviewers that the material we just filmed at your home is now in a hard drive, which is now owned by some robber.
Yeah, exactly. And what we did, we went to hotel and started crying, basically, and tried to sleep and so on. When we woke up next morning, I remember that one of those customers, actually, this very first customer who originally invited us to the States, they called me, and I was like, super scared when I answered the phone, but they were super supportive and all the employees from our company were super supportive towards us. And if I remember correctly, we hit all the sales records next month because we realized that we have to like earn some money to be able to buy the new equipment and to be able to go back there and film everything again.
Yeah, yeah, I remember similar that after when you were back home in Finland, we made a record in sales, and you went there again after maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and did everything again. Of course, we also we managed to get more videos also and other businesses in
Nice attitude. Hey, let's do 30 of those this time. Yeah,
but that was the attitude that time.
yeah, that's true.
But okay, that was the one project inside of our going global approach that time, and because everything went well in Finland, and so we started to think that, and of course when we did this kind of pilot project in the USA, in the other countries, we thought that okay, we should go global. We are having a product and the service which everyone
Of course,
wants
because
to buy.
yeah, exactly. Everyone loved us, all the interviewees and customers and so on. And it felt possible to do that kind of business in the States. So it
Yeah.
felt like, of course, we should go there and found a company there and go to some other countries as well.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of mistakes we did when we opened first an office and a company in the Sweden and then the office and the company in the USA?
Yeah, we didn't have any kinds of like investment plans basically. We just had our numbers here from Finland, which were really cool because we had a brand here and we had lots of customers and the concept was pretty new and unique
And the founders were doing sales.
Exactly. Yeah, so it worked really well here in Finland. So we just thought that of course we can just go to Sweden and the States and like copy and paste everything.
Yeah. And we used when we were doing some short planning, we used the numbers which we had here in Finland, but those numbers in Finland, they were not ready. They were not tested actually, and we had started to see also problems here in Finland with the production because we had a lot of fixed costs, and all the people working for us here in Finland, we were paying salaries for them, and all the costs were fixed costs, and that's why when we couldn't get, for example, the enough interviews which we were already planned to do and had planned to do, so the fixed costs stay up, but we couldn't invoice enough customers to get the cash flow, and so we had that kind of problems here in Finland, and we had already started to build our own ERP system to do everything more scalable way, and to build the system which the interviewers, our production people, the customers, and everything could use. So we had that kind of systems there also.
That's true. And I
And
remember
it was not tested in Finland yet. And same time we opened offices in the other countries.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember that it was pretty like sad and messy situation because, you know, we got some really good and like big deals from Sweden. For example, Taavi moved there. At the same time, Arttu moved to Minnesota with his family, and that's itself like mentally hard thing. Go to new country and so on, and start opening everything from scratch and so on. And even though it was like, if I look at it now, it was really successful, but back then it didn't feel like that because the like all the goals were pretty high because we had so
big compared to the Finnish numbers.
Exactly. So we were aiming very high and didn't feel good, even though it was like really successful. And at the same time, the core business in Finland started lacking. So we had to because we didn't have those investment plans, we didn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kinds of plans. How long should we continue trying and so on, and when is the right
we just opened a channel to spend money to Sweden and the USA, but we didn't have a plan that when we are going to stop based on the numbers and what we are waiting for. Of course, all of us we waited the pretty similar numbers than what we had in Finland. That was wrong because there was not any bigger study or interviews or anything behind our assumptions that what we were waiting from those other countries. So we didn't do studies. We didn't interview local businesses and the people a lot before doing things. We just thought that because the concept seems to be there was not similar concept in the country. We thought that then we should go there, but we didn't understand that it's a totally new thing to have a go-to-market, build the go-to-market channel and the message and to reach the clients in different kind of countries. It's totally different thing to do that in Sweden. Not so much in Sweden than Finland, but in the USA it's totally new thing to reach out those potential clients. You cannot use phone, they are not answering your email. So it was impossible to do similar sales in the USA than to do sales in the Finland. And at the same time, we didn't understand the actual costs and the scalability of the production we had, and it was not possible to have similar system in other countries.
Yeah.
And we started to use freelancers there,
Yeah.
and that was actually the way we a little bit later
Ended up doing.
ended up to do also in the Finland because it was the most scalable way. But the system was totally new in also in the other markets. So we put up many new things in the markets we didn't know well. At the same time, our core business, where we get the money to do the investments to the other areas, were lacking.
Yeah. Exactly. So nowadays, when we are opening new markets, of course, times are different. Back then, it was normal to go, but like physically, the new country and open a company and offices and so on. Currently, it's completely normal to do it remotely from here from Finland. Also, the product was completely different compared to this one we are selling right now. But anyway, when we are opening new markets now, we are normally using like local people immediately because they have their local network and local language and local customers and understanding and so on. We are also using partners to open new markets, so we know like digital agencies from every country, and we have customers through them, and that kind of things. Also, we get lots of inbound leads and signups. So practically, when we open the new market, probably we are already the market. We have hundreds of customers, paying customers from there, and so on. So pretty different situation. But what do you think? What would you do differently
At that time,
with this knowledge?
with that knowledge, I think that I would be sure that the production concept is scalable here in Finland, and it is not working because of the things only in Finland, that it is working because of the things which we can have also in the other countries. So I would be sure that I will have everything in the right direction with the production and the EBITDA and the cash flow positivity and so on. And then I would do more studies and interview the local people and especially the ideal customer profiles to understand that what other ways they have to do similar value and the similar things than our product and service did. Maybe there is not a similar concept, but still there are some local freelancers or better ways to, for example, order the service from the video photographs for photographers in a specific area and a country, which we didn't have, for example, we didn't have in Finland. And so I would do that more, and then I would not to do the investment from our own cash flow, especially if I'm not sure that we cannot copy paste the concept immediately to the other countries. So I would take maybe some loan or investment for going global. And
for that,
outsource
proper investment plans.
Yeah, with the better investment plans and payback times and things like that. I would do those things differently.
Yeah, and in addition to those, I would have more discussions because this country is full of people who has done this before. We have Business Finland. They can give you lots of advice and networks and so on. And you can just go and ask. People are very they want to help you.
We have done it a lot now with the SaaS. I think I have met everyone doing B2B SaaS product growth from the Finland, and
exactly.
I tried to learn from them.
And everyone is up for sharing those tops and flops and
Yeah.
so on. So that's something I would do differently also. But yeah, that was our first time trying to go global and so on. Now we have done things differently. We have had lots of ups and downs with this SaaS product as well, and maybe other episode about those ups and downs. And
Yeah.
that's
I'm sure
a
that
different story, but
we should have other episode about going global with the SaaS product.
yeah,
We had done maybe more mistakes with that, but
Yeah.
but not the similar mistakes. So
exactly.
okay.
All right. That's all for today.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you.
listening.
See ya.